I think it's also a play that's about the cost of oppression and what happens when society tells you that you're less than, or that you deserve to be treated less than or other than, or that you can't have certain things.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you? Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yes, it's a pleasure to talk to you. I've been following your career for quite some time. And yes, I'm very, very excited about this movie. And because it was a Broadway play, was your brother debut, and everything in between. And how was like to bring that Broadway, that play to the small screen?
Well, we had such an amazing experience on Broadway. Part of me was wanted to just leave well enough alone, but then once I realized that we were able to take all the work and camaraderie we'd built on the stage production and keep exploring and keep working in the new medium, I got really excited about it. And it was in many ways, so much was similar, but a lot was different. We had a new set designer that I think Judy Becker did a phenomenal job with the set. And we had, a new costume designer in Lou Eyrick. And so there were so many new aspects that informed the process in film. And then Joe was so great about, modulating our performances in a new medium that's inherently a much more intimate medium, and encouraging us to continue to explore and grow in the roles.
Yeah, what I like the most about it is not just they put the cameras on the theater and record you guys. They decided to put a new, like the whole set and everything. That's why it's most excited.
Yeah,
I love it. What did you like the most about Donald, your character?
What I liked about Donald, well, he reminds me a lot of Horatio in Hamlet. He is very loyal friend who has done enough work on himself and enough introspection that even though he is neurotic, he's able to have a sense of compassion for a lot of the people in the room. I think over the course of the evening, he bears witness to so much and is there for the fallout with Michael after everything comes crashing down. So to me, I love his loyalty and I love his compassion.
Yeah, I know that like do theater, do plays is different from do movies, but for you, what was the easiest part or the most difficult part to like the difference between both of them for you?
I would say the most difficult part is coming at it beginner's mind, even though you've done it on stage, 100 and however many times, and recognizing it as a new medium with the new environment and new dynamics that are playing out in the scenes. And so I guess that was the hardest part, was just treating it as something new, even though you'd done it before. The easiest part was the camaraderie between the cast, because we all really, I think, loved each other and love each other and enjoyed working together. And we had a shared sense of language and experience and ensemble that we'd really earned and built through that Broadway run that we were able to bring, I think, pretty effortlessly to the film set.
Yeah, that is, I think, the most important part. Like the same cast came, was brought together again once more. And
if everybody weren't the same, I wouldn't have done the film, I don't think.
Yeah, and not having like an audience was difficult for you, like to the reactions that you guys have.
Well, it's interesting. Joe Mantello told us early on in the performances, we did a preview run, and it was one of those really uproarious audiences where they were talking back at us and laughing a lot and yelling in the middle of the play. And he said, don't let the audience tell the story for you. Don't let them have their story. This is your story to tell. So you take ownership. You keep moving the story along for them. And I think that was a really good lesson for me in terms of doing the theater, but it also informed the work in the film, because it encouraged you to sort of forget the moments where you're waiting for an audience to laugh at a moment where they might normally laugh, and just play the intention and let the rest be figured out in post-production.
Yeah. And for you, like, why is this movie, this play this story is important. The importance to have this story showing to this next generation right now.
Well, I think it's really important that we pay homage and we respect and are grateful for the generations that have come before us to give us the rights we have today. You know, I'm always moved by the courage that Mark Crowley and this incredible original cast had in 1968 to tell this story when it was really unprecedented to do so, and to take that risk when it really was a risk for their careers at the time. And I don't think that myself or the other 8 gentlemen in this cast would have some of the rights we have today and be able to have an all openly gay cast with thriving careers if it weren't for people like that. I think it's also a play that's about the cost of oppression and what happens when society tells you that you're less than, or that you deserve to be treated less than or other than, or that you can't have certain things. And you don't have to look very far in 2020 to see what the cost of oppression is. There are people on the streets right now rightfully demanding and fighting for equality.
And I forgot to mention on the beginning, I love you and Papi Chulo. That I watched. Yes, it was awesome.
It was one of my favorite experiences I've ever had. So thank you so much.
Yes, and I also want to congratulate you on the season 3 of Doom Patrol that was just got renewed. And
Yeah.
what else you have on plate coming up for you on this?
I actually have a few things in development. I don't know how or when they're going to play out. You know, it's such a, you know, everything's up in the air right now. And a lot of the movies I've been asked to do film overseas, and I just don't feel comfortable right now leaving my family, especially homeschooling, and it's kind of a strange time. So when everything settles down, I have some things in development that will hopefully roll out pretty quickly, and we'll see what comes first.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it will be amazing because I like everything that you do. And thank you so much, Matt, for your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Always and to you.
Yes, and I hope to see you soon again on screen and on this screen. Bye. Thank you.
Hopefully in person.
Yes. Bye.
All the best.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.